Growing up, I thought I wanted to be a nurse like my mom. It didn't take long for me to discover that medicine wasn't a good fit for me, and I didn't really think about career options again until high school. When I took a look at the options available to me, it was overwhelming. I didn't even know where to start. Luckily, I had a teacher that advised me and gave me some career aptitude tests. This is when I considered school counseling for the first time. I started to look back at my life, and it made a lot of sense. I had already been working with children in different capacities for years, from summer church camps to mission trips out of country. Throughout the semester, we often talked about diversity. It is important to acknowledge that our future students will all come from different backgrounds, and helping them can look different from person to person. There was also a strong emphasis on how federal and state laws guide school counselors in their decision-making. Along with this, the modern school counselor also collects and analyzes data about the students to better understand their needs. Every day for a school counselor presents new situations, and they continually have to think thoughtfully and critically about their interactions and solutions. One of the most notable organizations that supports school counselors is the American School Counselor Association. Not only do they provide professional development events and publications to their members, but also liability insurance and legal support. Other similar organizations are the American Counseling Association and the Indiana School Counselor Association. When considering my school counseling identity, it will be important to include the different dispositions provided by our program, one of these being integrity and responsibility. This refers to a school counselor displaying and taking responsibility for their behavior and decisions. This is critically important when considering how many children will depend on us, not to mention faculty, staff, and parents. Another disposition that stands out to me is diversity and similarity. My family hosted many exchange students while I was in school. This really shaped my perspective on how two people may share an environment but have two very different experiences. In this profession, we should consider aspects of diversity like language barriers, cultural differences, and learning disabilities. Learning disabilities are particularly important to me as several people in my family live with them. The role of a school counselor has changed dramatically over time and continually evolves. Even my experience in high school with a school counselor revolved around scheduling and standardized testing. Now there is a larger focus on addressing student needs and advocating for them. Advocating for students is a moral and ethical responsibility of every school counselor. This relies on the premise that school counselors will not assume all issues are caused by the student, but also consider external forces that may be in effect. There are many strategies of advocacy, one of which being to teach students to advocate for themselves. This can be done through educating them on their rights and the pertaining laws. After this semester, more than ever, I am convinced of the impact a school counselor can have on a community. I hope to one day make a positive impact on a community in need.